Hey pros, Crystal here from Elite Hair Care USA. So today I'm excited to bring to you another alopecia transformation on my client here who has scarring in the crown and has decided that she wanted to go on the straight side. So we're definitely doing a relaxer. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to also thumbs up this video and be ready to comment at the end, you guys, and tell us what you thought about the finished result. So to start the actual service, I went ahead and did a full relaxer. After the relaxer, we're gonna go ahead and give her a haircut so that we can start blending in those different areas and start masking where we need to mask. Her crown area, we're going to be doing what we call an alopecia extension service. That service is available to be booked on my website with me at elitehaircareusa.com. But in her case, we really just needed to blend because she was already short from the beginning. And of course, it's very important that you blend out that cut. And going forward, if she decides that she wants to grow it out, then she can definitely do so. But for this particular style, her sides and her back were needing to be short. And then we were also going to be covering up parts of her hairline that was very sparse. So I'm doing what we call a 90-degree cut. It's not necessarily a disconnected cut, but even though her crown is going to be out, I did still go through and blend it with her sides and her back, just in case we ever decide to do like a short style or something of that nature. She has that haircut already, or if she has to go to another stylist or something because she did travel to get her hair done, then they will already have the ability to kind of map out the actual cut. Now, another thing that's very important, if you guys notice, I did not start cutting right at the front of the face just yet because she does have that thinning in the front, and it's very important that you leave enough hair for coverage in that area. I will never be the stylist to reveal a thinning area and expect the client to be confident when they wear that style. I see it time and time again, and that's really what I call a butchered haircut, because it's very important that you do your absolute best to mask that area rather than reveal their thing that will make them self-conscious. I couldn't think of the word, you guys. Now for her crown area, you guys can clearly tell the area where she's having that scarring alopecia. She does have little follicles growing in between the area. But even with those follicles growing in between, once the area around that follicle is scarred, that scarred area will not push out any form of hair. Scarring is overgrowth or over healing of an area. And if you allow this to go too long, it becomes irreversible. So you're not able to reverse that scarring once it happens. So this is why I tell you guys to be adamant on your hair care from the beginning. Follow through. I have so many videos where I talk about caring for your hair, caring for your hairline, caring for your crown, how to condition your hair, how to shampoo your hair. There are so many videos that I have put out with amazing content for the free 99 so that you guys do not end up having scarred areas. Now, some people genetically don't have that option, but others who do, if you catch it early, you won't have to deal with a lot of this. So you guys never really get to see the preparation for the alopecia extension service. So what I'm doing is, based on the style that she chose, I am leaving some of her hair out so that I can prepare her crown area for the actual extensions. This is a very important step, you guys. When I say preparation, a lot of stylists neglect this because they don't have a care for their client's hair, whether it grows or not. All they care about is the style. I care about both. I want both my clients' hair to be protected, and I also want them to have an amazing style at the same time. So I am going to always do my due diligence to make sure that I am protecting that area and covering that area to the best of my ability. Okay. So what I'm doing right now is laying her hair down and creating that first level of protection, especially over the area where she's having the thinning or the balding or the scarring. Just because I know that it's scarred doesn't mean that I'm not going to care about it. Okay. So she is actually getting molded down in that area first, and then she will go under the dryer and dry, and then we'll put on the protectant solution over that area as well. Now for her sides and her back, I am not utilizing anything other than an Elite Silk wrap foam, because that sides and the back area is going to be nice and soft, and it will not be touched with any of the extensions. Now, if you guys notice, I am putting some end papers on her crown. This is another very important layer of protection. For me, when I'm doing my clients' alopecia services, I do somewhere in between 2 to 4 levels of protection on their hair. It depends on the client. It depends on their hair type as well. And then I also allow them to still get another protectant solution on top of that. So just because I want longevity for my client, that doesn't mean that I am not going to care about protecting every part of the head that adhesive is going to be touching, because I am still gluing hair on that part of the head, right? So very, very important. Make sure the stylists you're going to are doing their due diligence just as though I am, because when you're dealing with alopecia, you don't want to be the contributing factor to why it got even worse. You want to be the factor of why it got better, or if they even had little sprouts of growth. About 60%, I'm not going to say 60 because that's a very low number. Really, almost every client that I see, I usually can almost tell. I'll see little sprouts of growth. But a lot of times people don't understand that even though you have those sprouts of growth, those follicles can die at the same time. So that's kind of rare for me to say, but I always see a little bit of growth. And a lot of my clients have reported great success when it comes on to us taking them down short, them taking care of their hair, whatever the case may be, and their hair is filling out. And that's really the good part to it. That's what I'm really excited about. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm using that Elite Silk Wrap Foam, which is my slayage baby. And I am laying the hairline down as well as the sides and the back, and preparing her for the actual style. And then she'll go under the dryer all at once and let everything get nice and dry and prepared for us to begin the actual extension service. Let's talk about care while we're finishing this part up. So for her, because I know she's not used to wearing her own hair, when I do my short styles, I like to make it where you don't have to do a lot of work. Really, your focus is the crown area, the sides and the back. All you have to do is put your silk scarf on and go to bed. Get up in the morning, use your brush and brush it down. I don't like to give my clients things that I know they will not be able to manage, because if you are not taking care of your hair in its natural form, what is going to make you want to take care of this style if it's giving you difficulty or you're not understanding what to do? So what I like to do is to start my clients out simple and bring them into then understanding their hair first, understanding the mold, understanding how to take care of it, and then we graduate to more complicated styles. So she already got that last level of protectant on the crown area. If that's what you guys see, it's nice and shiny. So she has a total of 3 layers of protection on the crown, and then her sides and back are nice and dry. Now you guys see how nice and straight that is? That is what we want, because we want to make it very easy for her to manage. At the same time, as it grows out, she can decide if she wants to keep it relaxed, if she wants it to transition back to natural. Like, everybody has that choice, you guys. So for my clients, I like to just make sure that their hair is nice and slayed or laid at all times. I mean, if you're going to come in and you are going to change your life with a style, I am the stylist for it. But I also like to make sure that my clients are comfortable and they understand how to take care of their hair going forward. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm using my clippers just to take a little bit of the density out of the nape of the neck. That is also an area that is sometimes very complicated for people who are new to shortcuts to manage. So I like to take that area down slightly, so all they have to do is use a brush, and then they're all good to go. And for the crown of her head, that nice shiny substance that you see up there, that is what we call a silicone protectant. I absolutely adore these protectants because they allow me to not have to put a stocking cap on my client's head. And those stocking caps contribute to even more damage with a client's difficulty with alopecia. The protectant also is water soluble. So when it's time for her to take this out, all she has to do is go in her shower and rinse, 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 rinse. And all of that solution and the hair on top of it will rinse right off. So that is another reason why I like using the silicones rather than the stocking caps. And the stocking caps allow for that adhesive to actually soak through to the hair, whereas the silicones are a barrier between the adhesive and the actual hair itself. So no glue or follicle was damaged in this part of the service. Okay. So hair-wise, when I do this with my clients, I typically have them bring in one of two types of hair. There is a hair from a company called Sensational. It comes in the lengths of 4, 6, and 8. It's really, really easy to use, and it mimics the flow of a newly relaxed head of hair. Or I'll have them bring in pack hair. This service does not require expensive hair at all. It does not require any form of expensive hair. Typically, the most that one pack of hair would cost for this service would be no more than about $35 to $40 maximum. And you'll still have hair left over to utilize for something else. Now, for what you guys see me doing, I know you guys saw me put the adhesive directly on the head, but it is not directly touching her hair. So just keep in mind, this has the 3 layers of protectant. And the reason why we do it this way, because it's a lot faster, and I know that it's not touching her hair at all. Okay, so I know there's going to be someone, oh my gosh, she just put so much glue, she has alopecia. You know how y'all like to do. Y'all are real savage in the comments. No, the glue is not touching her hair. It's nice and shiny. That is why we do so many layers of protectant. And remember, glue is also water soluble, so it is not going to be something that will seep through the silicone protectant, the base protectant, or the end papers. Okay, glue is not that. It's not that invasive, you guys. Okay. So just for the trolls that like to be in the comments, the hound dogs, I'm not with it today. We're in the holiday season. Keep it to yourself. Okay, so this is the hair that I was talking about with you guys. This comes from Sensational, and sometimes it's called Bump. They also have a company that calls it Tara or Terra. It's really easy to use, you guys. It's very easy for you to deal with it at home as well, because it already has that kind of bump to it, so it's not like straight hair. And it is nice and thin. The tracks are nice and thin, so it mimics a natural hair flow rather than the regular tracks where I have to split them and manipulate them. With these, I don't really have to do a lot of work. I actually didn't even have to curl her if I really didn't want to, which you'll see towards the end. Now, what I'm doing is what we call a horseshoe placement. So this is going around to the right above the occipital bone in the back of the head. Based on the style that she wanted, this is the way that we're doing it. And then I also left her hair out in the part because I wanted her hair to blend right into this hair. So really the only thing that is covered is the crown area, and then everything else is all her hair. Now, for the front part of her head, I could have left her hair out, but because I know that she's getting a style like this and she is a newbie to wearing her own hair, I did not want to make it more complicated for her. And one thing you don't want to do is get someone even more frustrated who's already frustrated with their hair. You want to give them something that is seamless. You want to give them something that is movable, that they will be like, I am so cute. I am going to the grocery store and find me a new man today. Like, you want to give them that, oh, my husband can't wait to see me. I have my confidence back kind of style. Not the, oh my gosh, how am I going to take care of this tonight? Like what am I going to do tomorrow? You don't want to worry them. That's the worst thing you can do. What I do is not just about the style. It's also about the confidence. And I like my clients to be as confident as possible. And I give them the tools that's needed to keep them nice and confident. Okay, so that's very, very important. All right, so once the track placement is done, that is where I mean, if you kind of look at it now, you guys, I really don't have to do a whole heap, especially based on the front. I don't have to do a lot of work at all. Like, these tracks lay themselves so well, and that's another reason why I really like them. Now, for the area here where her hair is out, I wanted to just go ahead and start blending it, which is really, really simple. And then I did use a little bit of our Elite Masket fibers. The fibers are not available right now, you guys, but we are working on a new formula so that you guys will have those fibers back. But I put a little bit of the fibers there just to help blend her hair, between her hair and the tracks, because there is going to be a space there, slightly, very small space, between her hair and the tracks, because I did not put the tracks directly in the part. I didn't want any tracks there. Now what I'm doing is just going through and blending the extensions with her haircut, which is very important. This is not something where you just leave it out, you guys. No, blending is a big thing. Okay, that is how we get that look where it looks just like her hair. That's the purpose of this style. We want it to look like our client's hair so that they can start wearing their own hair and being confident with their own hair. Okay, so the ultimate goal is to get her to a point where she understands how to care for her own hair and she's confident with it at the same time. You guys heard me say confidence like 3,700 times because I want people to understand that this is the key to it. This is the most important piece. Okay? Okay. So now what I'm going to do is just go through and curl her, and then I'll be able to also see if there's anywhere in the cut that I need to change or cut down or whatever the case may be. With this particular hair, you can use a razor or shears. They both work just fine. I would prefer the razor, but I'm a shears person, so my shears are like razors to me. But everyone has their own thing that they like to use. Okay, I just like to use my shears, but you can use either or you don't even have to use anything. If you're not big on that, then you can just curl it and go. That's the good thing about this hair. So shout outs to Sensational and Milky Way and all these companies that made this hair, because they did a really good job with this hair. This particular one is called Tara, T-A-R-A, and it comes in a purple box. Thank me later. Okay, so now I'm just going through and bumping her hair, preparing her for the reveal. I will tell you guys, spoiler alert, she absolutely loved it. I'm sorry I had to spoil it for you. I know you thought that she wasn't. No, I'm just playing. I know you didn't think that. But yeah, she absolutely loved the style. She was so happy. She was like, I'm about to cry. I'm like, please don't. I hate to see women cry. I just don't. Please don't cry. I'm like, just enjoy this style, and I will see you in January. This style will typically last about 3 to 4 weeks. I've had clients where it lasts 4 or 5 weeks because we put it on so well that they don't even have to worry about it. Now, what I'm doing is going through and just using a little bit of hairspray to blend her hair with the style. And then I did notice I didn't like how the back was laying. I wanted it to have a little bit more layering to it. So that's what I did. I just went through and cut it down. I wanted it to just kind of flow. I don't like that flat look. So that was important for my liking, because it is a style that my client has to wear. So if I don't like it, then I know she ain't gonna like it. I'm sorry. All right, so yeah, at this point, all we're going to do is just bump that little piece, and then we are good to go, you guys. I know I've talked so long for this video. I'm even out of breath at this point, but I hope you guys enjoyed this style. Please stay tuned for her reveal so you can see what everything looked like. And also, like I said, if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. If you are not new to my channel, go ahead and just hit that thumbs up button. And also, the iron that I'm using here is the 3/10 of an inch. I call it a pencil iron. I have a link in the description box for a previous pencil iron that was available on Amazon, but I had just been enlightened that it's not available on Amazon. So I am finding another pencil iron for you guys that you can utilize when you are at home in the ceramic form. Very important. Now that spray that you guys just saw me spray on her hair, that is our goddess polish, which will be coming back very soon. So you guys will be able to add that gloss to your hair as a part of our essentials and styling line. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. As I said, thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for the reveal, which you kind of already seen it, but okay, bye.